even if it's painful. Especially if it's painful, it is time to say goodbye. And I don't care if it's a relationship, I don't care if it's a practice, a process, thoughts. If it is giving you pain of any sort, honestly evaluate and say, I can't keep doing this, and won't.
Come on, let go, baby. You know you wanna. Come on, let go. Don't you know it feels good? Come on, let go. You know you wanna. Come on, let go. Don't you know it feels good? Hey.
What's up, guys? Mika here, the Traveling Tarot, back with some channeled messages from Spirit. I'm so excited to announce that I am going to be going live more often on TikTok and possibly Instagram. I don't know, we'll see, but definitely going to be moving most of my vibe checks and my readings and my channeled messages over to my Cancer Awakening channel on TikTok. So if you do like what I'm doing, definitely head on over to TikTok and follow me, or you can follow me over here on Instagram. And yeah, so basically what I'm going to do today is just go through my channeled messages, and this is basically all of the messages that I've been receiving for myself and for my fellow Cancers over the past week or two, and these are the ones that my guides prompted me to write down to share with you. And then at the end of the reading, I'm going to pull some angel messages to see what your angels might want you to know. And then I'm going to give you guys a couple of self-care cards, and then I'm going to send you on your beautiful way. Again, if these things are helping you, please do subscribe, support the channel, and yeah, feel free to comment. I am here for you. I do offer readings. And if you're interested, feel free to DM me, and I'll help you bring whatever clarity that I can for you. Okay? So first, I'm just going to go ahead and start. Again, these messages are for Cancers, or really anybody that finds this video. My channel is specifically for Cancers, from a Cancer. And if you happen upon the video and you're watching it and something resonates, that's also for you. So just take it and run with it. Okay? So we are in a retrograde right now, and I gotta tell you, the energy has been real. This past week, this is why I've literally been trying to do this live for you guys for the last few days, but there's no way that I could have shown up until I reclaimed my power, because man, I was in a sparring match with energy over the last few days, okay? And it may feel that way with you guys. Hopefully you guys are powering through it, and I'm hoping that these messages or these readings or anything that I can do, or even just the energy and love that I'm putting out, will help you guys navigate because this retrograde is real. What's crazy is that it's the retrograde energy and this extreme transition for Cancer, so it's almost like stacking this craziness. Okay, so I'm here giving you a big hug and doing what I can to help you in any way that I can. Okay, so feel free to subscribe, leave comments, and let's interact with each other, because that's really the point of me making this space for Cancers. Okay, so we're going to just start again with the first messages that I received out of the gate. If you're not already doing this, or even if you are doing it, do it more. They want you to ask your angels, okay? I know, like I said, the energy has been really very crazy. And so with that, in that respect, you really need to talk to your angels right now. They're saying it is not the time to read into anything right now, okay? They're definitely saying seek the spiritual guidance first, get the clarity first, and definitely get more information, okay? They're saying do not act impulsively right now. You might be excited about the things that are showing up. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate you. You might be excited about the things that are showing up, and you might feel like, yes, I just want to jump right into it, especially after this period of things feeling kind of fucked, Cancer. Seriously, like, it has been exhausting. especially for those that are in like a position of channeling, because the energy is incredibly palpable. So you almost have to take a step back or you're going to be a basket case. Okay, so they just want you to ask your angels before you make any movement, and make sure that you have clarity before you make some decisions, okay? Because whatever's going on right now is all to give you more information so that you can step more powerfully into your purpose, okay? They also want to highlight the fact that you're still, even though you're excited, you still want to allow things to unfold, because there are still factors coming into play right now behind the scenes. And so if you act impulsively, it's not fully yet on that stable ground, okay? Let all of your decisions be guided, especially over this period right now, seriously. Like I said, the acting impulsively, or honestly even emotional attachment to your decisions right now, should be limited. Because right now we're trying to move with our brains, Cancer, and stop leading with our heart, because it gets broken. Or maybe we have had our hearts broken before, and so we're moving from a place of disappointment. Clarity is the answer right now, period. Okay, no matter what. Even if you have to say, hey, give me a little while to think about this, and really talk to your angels and get that inspiration before you make that decision, okay? It says, this season that we're moving into, Cancer, that I've received, is where alignment isn't and cannot be forced. And you will be able to tell when you're forcing it, okay? Because things will start to feel harder. We are moving into a period of trying to open up to receive. And so because we're doers and we're lovers and we want to make sure that everybody's taken care of, that might be a challenge for us trying to not do something right now. Okay, it says the right opportunities will show up as soon as you give the absolute no to these chapters. And it's really, really hilarious, because yesterday, remember I told you the beginning of this, and this is a real channel from a Cancer who is going through a deeper layer of an awakening. So I'm going to share with you guys, yesterday I found myself feeling incredibly fatigued and frustrated, even to the point where I allowed myself to fall back into an old pattern. Man, did I have an incredible awakening, because I was like, my guides finally were tuned it in once more, like, no, this is your absolute no moment. This is that moment that, if you guys have seen my other Mercury retrograde readings, it's absolute no. And when you get to that point where it's an absolute no, no, I don't smoke. No, there's no scarcity. No, I don't do that. No, I don't put up with that anymore. When it's an absolute no, wow. First of all, you'll be able to tell that you mean it, because things will open up in myriad ways, okay? And that's what happened yesterday. Once I came to my senses and realized this is an absolute no for me. And I don't give a fuck. Excuse me, I don't give a damn. Because that's how real it was yesterday. I don't give a damn what shows up. This is not an option, period. And when I finally made that decision, there was this incredible lightness that came over me and opened up, and this playfulness, or something that was allowed to return, or this clarity. That's really what it was. The clarity returned, like, yeah, you put in way too much work to take that far of a step back. Don't do it. And I was like, dang, okay. And so this morning, I feel back in my power. I feel strong enough, and that's why I'm here doing the live, because like I said, I've been trying to do this, but the second this Mercury retrograde started was me fucking spiraling. Real shit. Like, everything showing up, me being emotional, me just being sick of it all, and realizing that, hey, this is that spiritual fatigue that we're talking about. So you got to take care of yourself. And that's the most important thing we need to remember, Cancer, in this time. Take care of yourself. You have to right now. You cannot give anymore without getting back what you deserve. And if it's not giving back to you, bye. Straight up. No matter what, put your work into making that buy stick than trying to force this thing to work. And that's 100% the truth, okay? So let's keep going. It says, soon as you do close out those chapters, the absolute no, that's when those opportunities show up. That's when the right people show up. That's when the clarity sets in and you start receiving the downloads again. So if you're having any type of confusion, claim it right now. I'm working on my absolute no. And you'll know when it is no, because that clarity is going to be palpable. Okay? These are some things that your inner child is needing right now. These were some inner child cards that I have that I was pulling as throughout the week as I was receiving these messages, so that I can help understand what my inner child needs, let alone what might help you guys, okay? Kind words. You are a loving, kind, caring, nurturing king or queen of cups. You're the master of being the emotional support. But Cancer, you oftentimes sacrifice that for yourself. And they're saying, speak to yourself the way you would speak to other people. Give yourself kind words. Be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. It has to come from you in order for you to attract it to you. Okay? And that's 100% the truth. It says that love and support that we give needs to be turned inward. You can still set those boundaries gently. You don't have to be a dick, especially when you mean it. That's how you also know, because this is not an emotionally charged response. It's a no for me, dog, from now on, period. And I don't have to get upset. Absolute no. Okay? Once you reach that level of, it's a no from me, I don't even have to get upset, because it's irrelevant how you respond when it's a no from me. You'll know, because you'll start to see that clarity and feel that clarity. And it says, honest self-talk is 100% key, okay? It is time for you, again, not to read into anything, not to think, oh, this is what they must be saying, or they're not calling, so it must be this. No. This is what's happening based on what I'm perceiving happening, okay? And so don't read into it. Get the clarity from your angels first to move. Your inner child needs quiet time. It wants you to spend time reconnecting with yourself. That's exactly what this is all meant to have happen, Cancer. We've lost ourselves in our over giving and our over ability to love. We've lost ourselves in that. Just like in any relationship, you can easily lose yourself when you want this person to be so happy that you sacrifice yourself. And so this time is for you to reconnect with yourself. They want you to turn this love inward. They want you to spend time just, what does Cancer want? What does Cancer need? And that, and coming from a loving and authentic place, whatever happens outside of that is irrelevant. It has to become irrelevant for you to be able to move forward. Because if it's keeping you in this pattern of something, we do it because we're emotional beings. It's easy to get lost in that, okay? And that's what we're not doing anymore. The absolute no. That, in fact, if you want to, put it in the comments, whatever it is. You don't even have to put whatever your thing is. Just put absolute no as of this moment. Claim it right now. No. Whatever it is, and it's going to be no once you meet it, okay? They want you to find comfort in this solitude, because remember, Cancer, a lot of the times we are looking for that external validation, and this could be why we're in this solitary path right now, because we are looking to trust ourselves. We are looking to nurture ourselves. We are looking to say, hey, what I want is important. I matter. I create my own reality, and I intend to do it the way that I want to. And you're being encouraged to embrace that truth, okay? Remember, you are connected. Oh, and they definitely want me to remind you of this, especially for anybody that might be feeling scarcity, excuse me, or lack, or abandonment, or any of that type of stuff. You are connected to the universal mind. You are connected to the universal supply. Embrace that truth and you will see that truth, okay? I know that lack can speak a lot louder, or the pain in your body you might be feeling can speak a lot louder, or that heartbreak can sing from the heavens. But you are connected to the universal mind and the universal supply. That means there isn't anything that you can't do. Embrace that truth and start working on believing that, and then let everything else fall away or fall into place, okay? There's more than enough. There's more than enough clients. There's more than enough men and women out there to date. There's more than enough partners. There's more than enough. Stop embracing a truth of scarcity and start leaning into the fact that I am infinite. Anything that I want, I can do if I put my mind to it. And your only work is to believe it. Seriously, once you start believing it, you start seeing it. They want you to spend some time in curiosity, for sure. Like they want you to start wandering, exploring, trying out new things, really delving deep into who I am now. What do I even like? Am I doing these things because this is what I've always done and I feel like this is who I am? But I'm a lot of different things. I play music. I love tarot, but I'm a lot of things. I like to cook. I like to walk. I like a lot of things. I love to swim, things like that. So it's like, what else can you tune into that's going to help you expand right now, Cancer, and get out of whatever groove you may be in, because this is who you are, what you've always done. That's not saying what you're doing is wrong, but it helps expand even in writing music, even in creating whatever you create. It helps you expand your perspective, and it helps you attract new perspectives because you're opening up to that. Okay? It says they want you to surrender control. You heard me. Surrender control right now. And I have to tell you, it's not that easy. But when you do, you can tell you finally let go, because now the energy moves like it's been doing the whole time. You experience what's been happening. But most importantly, let yourself wander creatively. Let yourself experience the flow of this creative energy flowing through you so that you can recognize it. And not only that, let it move you. So you can be like, okay, this is my intuition telling me that this is it. Instead of that doubt kind of controlling your movements or your decisions, okay? They want you to let yourself wander creative, mentally, and spiritually. And most importantly, and I have been getting this in my own personal readings, in so many readings, use your intellectual power right now. Remember what I said about not leading with your emotions. There has to be some level of detachment right now, emotionally. Use your intellectual power to overcome any scarcity you may be experiencing. I've been getting the King and the Queen of Swords so many times, and it's been confirming that, hey, these they know how to create with their brain. They know what they're doing intellectually. They know how to communicate what they mean to the universe. They know how to communicate with the universe. They know how to keep perspective, and they know how important clarity is. They're masters of clarity, which means anything that's not clarity gets cut off with that sword. Okay, so right now you're using that discernment and you're using that intellectual power to bring this life that you've created into being. Okay, and that's supposed to be fun. When you find that out, it's supposed to be exciting. But then our old selves start to come up, because one of the other things I've been getting, Cancer, is this is that last ditch effort for your ego to say, don't leave me, don't leave me. So things are going to be showing up in a lot of different ways. Don't shy away from these things. Embrace them, accept them, maybe try to understand them. And if you don't, say, look, Spirit, I trust you. I know you're doing something. I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to go ahead and go for a walk just so that I can clear my head. Whatever you need to do to give it away and walk away from it for a minute so that it can move. Okay? But they're also saying do not try to force clarity. Like I said, if you're not getting it or trying to understand it and it's still making you feel confused, brain fog, any of that stuff, that's your cue to surrender and say, okay, it's not meant for me to see the answer right now, but I do trust that if I can just let it go right now, I'm going to receive the information that I need. Because this is about us trusting that truth. That we are going to have what we need financially, that we're going to have what we need emotionally, that we're going to have what we need mentally and in terms of clarity. They also want you, and these are your inner children speaking, they want you to return to innocence. Remember who you were before the pressures of life and the pressures of trying to get this thing to be something set in. When I started playing music, that's how I felt until I started to try to make it a career. It was exhausting and is exhausting still. And so randomly, for my birthday a couple weeks ago, a friend of mine got me a ukulele. And I have been in heaven. Like, I feel just happy when I play it. And it's like this breath of fresh air that Spirit infused. I mean, I play the guitar and I've played it for years. But I was losing that excitement about it because it was like, I can't get it to be this thing. Nobody's listening to my music. Nobody's this. Music. It was stinging me, and it was showing up in other areas of my life because it's a trickle-down effect. And then randomly somebody got me a ukulele for my birthday, and I was like, kind of like, a ukulele? Really? I didn't ask for a ukulele. I mean, honestly, I was like that. Little did I know that that was Spirit answering literally the letter that I wrote, because I write my guides letters all the time, answering my request to help me find that spark in music again where I can just enjoy doing it and not need it to be anything beyond that. And I found it again, which is such a blessing. Okay, so just return back to innocence. What did you used to love to do? What would you do if you didn't have to get somebody to engage with it? If it was just something that you were doing for the pure joy of it. Make a list of those things, and when you have the opportunity to do them as much as possible so that you can tune back into the energy of joy and innocence. Okay, it says, okay, spend more time there, especially mentally. It says, go on or plan an adventure. Remember what I was saying about tuning into other things that you like to do as well, because it does expand what you're already doing in other ways as well. It says, plan something new and exciting, even if it's just for a few hours. And they definitely have been screaming this at me for my own self, is tap into collaborations and teamwork and community. One of the things that can feel very lonely during a spiritual awakening, because it is a solitary thing and you're on your own path, it can feel very lonely and like you're alone. But they're saying tune into community, and that would be a wonderful way for you to even wander and explore to see what things you actually like to do now, Cancer, and really put that into play and say, you know what, I do like cooking. Maybe, or I just got a ukulele. I've literally been looking for ukulele groups in my area. Like, I am so on right now. Like, after the couple of blips the past few days have caused me, yeah, it's like it's a trickle effect. Now I'm looking for new things, new ways to explore music. It's almost like I'm learning again, because you tune the ukulele a little bit different. So it's learning how to write songs on it now and stuff like that. It's really very exciting, and that's the kind of energy that they want you to tune into now, Cancer, because the disappointment or anything else that may have caused you to feel the need to let go, or to feel stuck, or to feel lost in some way, it's time to let that stuff go and tune back into innocence. We are absolutely in the cycle's closing, and my last few readings were very clear. Not that they're closing, they're closed. And this is why there's an absolute no that has to come from you before you can see that they're closed, okay? Because if you're still stuck in that energy, you can feel like you're in the damn washing machine. Like, really? How is it closed? I'm still feeling this. I'm still experiencing this. They're like, no, release yourself from these binds by just realizing why you started doing it, or what you love doing, or how you can nurture yourself more. But return to that innocence. It says, and like I said, tap into a community that would help you with that. Hey, what's up, friend? Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. They do, and they definitely want to highlight this, Cancer. While you're out there doing your thing, there's a miracle or a sudden shift that's coming into play right now. It says a miracle or sudden shift is arriving as you surrender and or but, whichever one you want. It is going to require you to act boldly without fear, and it might even be a opportunity you may not feel ready for. They absolutely want you to know not only are you ready, but as soon as you accept that and step into it boldly and unapologetically, you're going to see the success. It even says what shows up isn't random. It's been actualized by your willingness to step fully into your power. The second that you do that, it's on. It's on, okay? To the point where it says they doubled down on fear of letting go being what is or has been blocking the miracles and the progress. So they're saying as soon as you release that fear of letting go and embrace this, like, no. First of all, the absolute no. The absolute no is going to bring the progress. And when you move forward to see the progress, your confidence will build, okay? And they're saying, accept this miracle or accept this thing that shows up even if you don't feel ready, because you are ready, okay? You are ready for sure. It says, return to your sacred spark. Let's see. Yeah. They want you to just return to the sacred spark. Ask yourself, what would change if I trusted that fire in me? What would change if I said no to the fear? As a matter of fact, that could be the start of the absolute no. Push yourself through those terror barriers that show up, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised at the outcome. And that's going to bring in the miracles. That's going to bring in the change, but it must be an absolute no to the past before that can happen, and that's 100% the truth, okay? So let's see. Okay. So the affirmation that I'm going to leave you guys with before my closing is they want you to repeat this endlessly often. I even made a lock screen for mine because, like I said, I'm on this journey with you guys. I'm not talking at you. I'm here with you, letting you guys know what's going on, at least from the perspective that I'm receiving it, okay? And I do hope that it is helping you guys, because it feels wonderful to be able to connect with people on an experiential level, okay? The affirmation is, I move with power, I trust the fire, I am the miracle in motion. Full stop. I move with power, I trust the fire, and I am the miracle in motion. Period. Okay? Embrace that, Cancer, because this is a very incredible, transformative time. Those cycles are not closing, they're closed. But you have to let them close in your perspective too, or else you'll find yourself in that sea of not seeing the progress. Okay? So in closing, they want you to know that you are in alignment with your soul path. Your dreams are crystallizing into reality. As you shed the illusions, anchor into your purpose, you're manifesting with clarity, and you are tuned into empowerment. Your only work right now is to embrace the truth that you are infinite and unlimited, and no matter what is showing up, that is energy that was recently flowed. You have the choice to change that right now, moving forward. Okay, but you do have to choose it. That's the only thing. Or else you'll keep seeing the same thing, and you'll get sick enough of it to where you're like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to change. No more of this. Like I said, get to that absolute no and you will see incredible progress. It says, you are tuned into empowerment and victory. You are becoming a cooperative component in your own creation. The real world opportunities are meeting your momentum. Remember, it's easy to fall back into that. Hell, I had that happen yesterday. But my awareness did not let it get so far off the rails to where I finally got the freaking punch in the head. What the hell are you doing? This isn't you anymore. Fuck no. And mean it. And when I finally said, you know what? No. I felt new. That's how I know that I mean no this time. For sure. Because I felt brand new. And now I'm back here in my power, feeling like, yeah, what you got, life? I got you, you know? I'm ready, whatever. But the real world opportunities are meeting your momentum. So just remember to act boldly. Start right now from where you are and say yes to the things that feel aligned. Okay? So I hope something helped you guys. Like I said, I'm here with you guys. Please do support the channel. Please do subscribe. Feel free to leave comments. If you need any type of reading or any type of help, shoot me a DM. We can work out the logistics. And like I said, my main goal is here to spread clarity, especially for cancers, because we have been through it. And it's starting to make us doubt a lot of things. And that's unacceptable, because these rules and natural laws of the universe apply to us too. Okay? So again, please do subscribe. Please do interact with the channel. I do appreciate you guys, and I genuinely do love you. Okay? So I'm just going to pull a couple of messages from your angels and then send you guys off with a couple self-care cards. And yeah, like I said, I do hope that it does resonate with you guys. The first message that when I did pull these cards up, we have yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. So yoga is amazing, okay? And that's a wonderful way to align while you're moving your body as well. But whatever works for you, because movement is power as well, especially if you are in a space of affirming while you're walking, or affirming while you're, it adds this extra level of energy to what you're doing, and it puts that signal out to the universe, because your only work is to exude the fact that you believe in your vision to the point where nothing that shows up can make you doubt it. And it takes work, but you will get there and you will see the progress. And as you can see the progress, it gets easier to embrace that and accept that as well. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Oh, let me get those messages from your angels. And then, oh, cool. Okay, so we got 3 out of the gate. Oh, I love this so much, and is so perfect for Cancer. Xana shows up to let you know you are protected from all types of harm. That's one of the biggest things I've been getting, Cancer. And if you see the numbers 444, they're letting you know you're protected. You're secure. You can move forward with confidence and unapologetically. Okay? It says you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. Thank God. Your only work now is to relax and feel safe. Remember what I was just saying? We've been through it, and so we might still be exuding some of that defense energy in our physical being, but the reality is the worst is behind us, Cancer. Anything that shows up now, because we are at this level of awareness, will pale in comparison to anything we've had to overcome. What you got. That's another thing. Either claim the fact that it's an absolute no in the comments, or claim what you got. I'm ready, life. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid anymore. Period. Okay. We also have Daniel showing up. He's the angel of commitment. He's actually the angel of marriage, but I like to say commitment because some people aren't focused on creating a marriage or getting married. Some people don't even want to get married, and it's fine. But he's helping you recommit to your purpose and recommit to your vision. Okay, I love when he shows up, especially with with Zana, who's letting you know that you're protected. So it's okay for you to embrace and commit and fully step into this new purpose of yours, okay? And we have that showing up with Adriana. This is why I love you guys, man. I never get tired of this, and I don't care how long I've been doing it. The perfect message to wrap it all up. It's from Adriana. It says, I am leading you toward the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I am communicating to you through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. Did I not say at the beginning of all of this, ask your angels, don't make hasty decisions. They want you to allow this guidance, but when you do receive this guidance, accept it and act on it, okay? My beautiful Cancer friends or whoever's watching this video, I appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to send you guys off with a couple self-care cards. Like I said, I'll be going live pretty regularly on TikTok. We'll see how often I'll be able to do it on Instagram, but please do jump on over to TikTok so that you'll get the notification stuff when I am going to be going live over there. What would be the most helpful from my beautiful Cancer? Oh, beautiful. Boom. Boom. This is the glow up, Cancer. I mean, look, I don't make this stuff up. You see me shuffling. It's coming out as what I'm saying because this is our glow up, Cancer. This glow up cannot include the shit that was from the past. It cannot come with you if it is not staying, if it is not in the vibration of who you are now. Because one of two things will happen. It'll change, it'll vibrate out of your experience, or it'll change one of you. It'll either suck you into what it used to be, or you will change it to where it can stay. And that's it. You're in a glow up right now. It says, take a day to spoil yourself. If it makes you beautiful, then do it. And that's what I was saying about that. Even if it's for an hour, go on an adventure and just do something that's really good for yourself. And remember, Cancer, you're charming. You are love, period. Straight up, okay? So have confidence in who you are, your charm, and lots of people gravitate towards you because they like you for you. Just remember that you are worthy, you are important, what you want, what you create, who you are, what you have to say matters. Embrace that, believe that, and let spirit work out the details, okay? And at the bottom of the deck, we did have Hakasha showing up. I didn't read it, but some of us are spiritual guides. So let's go ahead and read what she has to say. You are a spiritual teacher, and I always say everybody is. We are sharing experiences with people so that we can expand and grow and learn. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. And however you do that, you have that gift. You're being given that gift, and you're being given the gift by Daniel of recommitting to that, owning it, and stepping fully into your power. You're protected. Don't be afraid. If they don't like you, they're not for you. You're not good enough for them. They're not good enough for you. Period. Embrace that. Okay? And so finally, I'll wrap it up with the meditate card. I always say whatever you do to meditate is meditation. Playing my ukulele, meditation. You don't have to go into some prayer closet unless you want to. If that works for you, fine. But it's important that you do what connects you to your spirit so that you can hear the guidance, listen to the steps, and let them take you where you need to go. Okay, my beautiful Cancer? Thank you so much for watching. I truly do love you guys. I am Mika, the Traveling Tarot. Please do support the channel, like, share, subscribe. Take care of each other, okay? Peace. Hello, my beautiful Cancers, my brother and sisters in Cancer. Mika here, the Traveling Tarot, back with a weekly vibe check. My messages are timeless, so if you find this video later on, it will apply to that week. As always, these messages are going to be for Cancers, Cancer placements, Cancer watchers, and they are general, so take them as they resonate. But I'm going to start with just doing an overarching energy, and then pull an oracle card for career as well as love, give you guys some area of focus, some challenges possible, and some advice, and then I'll send you guys off with an angel number. If you're interested in booking a reading, or if you have any questions or need some clarity, feel free to DM me and I'll be more than happy to help. And yeah, if these messages are helping you, please do support the channel by giving it a like, share, or subscribe, or all three. All right, so I'm going to start by just pulling one of these cards so we can get an overarching energy for the coming week, and then we'll break it down into career as well as where the current energies might be for my beautiful Cancers who are looking for love or in a relationship. What do you want the beautiful Cancer watching this video to know? Whoa, they're explosive. I hope that you guys are keeping your shit together during this retrograde, because on top of it being an incredibly transformative time just for Cancers in and of itself, it's a retrograde. So a lot of shit is showing up, and there might be a little bit of back and forth, and you might even be feeling like you're going a little bit crazy. But it's so perfect that the Metal King actually showed up. I got this in my personal reading last night, and it was all about discipline, armor, and boundaries. Okay, so they want you to surrender but still stay within these boundaries that you set. Remember, this is that integration time where you are actually putting those boundaries into play. So this would be the main reason why you'd want to use the stuff that is showing up for this retrograde. Okay, but the card that we did get, oh I love this stuff. The Hawk Prince. It's an 11 card, okay, which is definitely a portal. It also represents awakening as an angel number. But it's the Hawk Prince, and it says spirit communication and paying attention. Okay, remember, spirit is communicating with you, Cancer, and they want you to tune in and follow the guidance. I think that's what my last reading or my channeled messages was about, was don't read too deep into something. Take it at face value, but ask your angels for that guidance before you make any decisions, especially during this retrograde. But what I did get from my retrograde readings that you guys might want to check out is that the change is going to be coming closer to the end of this retrograde, or the most progress, or especially as you continue to lean into the boundaries that you've been setting and solidify yourself, integrate them into who you are now. And as I pick that up, another 8 plus 3, it's a 38 card breaking down to an 11, okay, and it says fairness and balance, okay, that's that justice energy in the major arcana in the tarot. But they want you to know that they are communicating with you, so follow that guidance and pay attention to what you're receiving. It's all leading you towards that awakening. That's what that 11 card is going to represent here. And the beautiful thing about this one is that this is a 37 card, breaks down to a 10, which is all about endings and new beginnings. So it's very much about that death energy, letting those cycles close and moving into that 38, which brings out an 11, which is that fairness and that balance and that reciprocity, which is one of the biggest things that Cancer is learning right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull one career and money card to see what's going on in that arena over the next week, and what you can do to best navigate your financial or career moves right now. What would you like my beautiful Cancer to know? Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to be doing lives pretty regularly here on TikTok, so make sure you do subscribe, okay? And I will be opening up the forum, not this time, but for questions, so definitely subscribe. All right, so we did get some type of financial challenges, okay? And if you're dealing with, you're focused on money or career right now, obviously there's been some challenges, okay? And that's what this retrograde is actually really highlighting, so that you can say no, because Coffin also represents that death energy that I was talking about, setting those boundaries, okay? It does say that investment, financial challenges, but it also says savings. says some type of office work, night shift, or a job ending. So you guys might be in between some type of a challenge right now, but it is all meant for you to look at how you are approaching money and refine your money strategy, because we have chess showing up as well. It says money strategy, wise spending, and long game. Remember, Cancer, this quiet awakening is slow moving, mainly because this is long term. You're building something long term here, okay? There is no more kind of looking for fast satisfaction. In fact, it's not happening that way, especially for Cancers, because obviously we've been through this major change or awakening, and it's now. So we're really feeling our shadow self during this retrograde, especially because we're at the end of the cycle. The cycles are closed already, but we now have to step into this newness, okay? The energy's already done. And if you really think about it, you can feel into what you're holding on to that's been dead, okay? But they're saying re-look at your strategy, okay? This is almost look at it like a game, like you're playing a game of chess. What is working, what is not working, and how can you refine and tune more into what is working? It says wise spending, so you might want to be a little more smart with, and look, I'm the one who's focused on the career and money. So this makes perfect sense. I've even been more conscious about, do I really need this? Or am I just bored and now I'm rolling over and ordering shit on Amazon or Temu? You know, you really have to be smarter about it, because you're looking at long-term success, and long-term you're now nurturing those seeds that you're planting. And so to stay balanced, you want to be smarter and look at a new strategy financially, okay? Because they did say there was some type of bad investment or financial challenges, but this is also the death card. This also represents death. So there is going to be an end to what they're really saying right now is the time and stuff that you've been investing in stuff that's not working. Let that end, or there's going to be an end to that, especially as you refine your strategy when it comes to money, okay? And then I picked that up and we have sudden change. The Tower energy was another thing I got in my own personal reading. So Cancer, a lot of unexpected things are going to be showing up, and you're meant to hold to your boundaries no matter what this is, okay? And look, don't even kick yourself in the ass if you find yourself falling back into that old pattern. Your awareness should not let it get too far off the rails, period. Be like, oh man, damn. All right, I'm back though. Okay, as soon as you can, get back. Because it isn't about falling off. It's about staying down when you fall off, okay? Because we're all going through these ebbs and flows. But if you let the ebb take you out, the bad investment, then now you don't see the point of it, or the change, or the opportunity in what actually is happening, okay? So let's go ahead and pull one love card so that we can see what they want you to know about either the current energy or what's coming in. But this coming week, Cancer, you're going to definitely want to focus more when it comes to your finances on a new strategy, a new approach. Maybe look at different streams of income, new course of learning or something like that that's going to help you, even taking a course in finances. I mean, I love the whole, intuitive side of it, but life is real too. So you want to get that structure in place, that strategy, so that it's not just out there in the ethers, okay? Okay. Don't shoot the messenger. But again, we're in a retrograde, so it makes perfect sense. And look, I would not be surprised if in matters of the heart, a lot of the past is showing up for you. Your exes, or your old friends, or even old feelings, or an old playlist that you happen upon that's taking you back there. But it does say the card we got was live life, and don't wait for them to do something. If they don't text or call you, you wouldn't want them anyway, okay? And this is man, woman, female, whatever it is. And it showed up with it's time to say goodbye. Okay, I'm not telling you to go and just, leave your husband or wife. Please don't take that as that. But it really is saying that if there is something that feels off, or you're constantly waiting to hear from this person, or they're not following through in the ways that you need, time to say goodbye. And that goes with everything. Again, this is asking about the love energy, but this is also the bad time investment. What are you giving to that's not giving back to you, that's wearing you out? What boundaries do you need to remember and integrate over this next week, over these next weeks, so that you can truly let the cycle end and get out of this energy of waiting for somebody to come around? You know, that's the thing. What I always tell my son especially is the more you focus on you becoming more balanced and in place, then the right people and the right opportunities do show up, and the wrong ones become so loud that you're like, there's no way I can keep doing this. Okay, so listen to that intuition. That's what they were saying about paying attention and spirit communication. Okay, so just know that they are giving you that information, but you have the free will to ignore it. And you're going to know you're ignoring it because it's going to make you feel like shit. Period. If it makes you feel like shit, that's your first sign to say, nah, I'm good. This either has to change to be here, or it's got to go. Because I'm on a new path now, and I'm embracing this path, learning to be on this path with confidence, and I cannot allow things to pull me back. Okay, because this is a very powerful transition. So Cancer, even if it's painful, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Ten of Swords when I do the tarot here. Even if it's painful, especially if it's painful, it is time to say goodbye. And I don't care if it's a relationship, I don't care if it's a practice, a process, thoughts. If it is giving you pain of any sort, honestly evaluate and say, I can't keep doing this, and won't. Once you make that absolute no, which my last few readings have been about, and that's what this retrograde is about, to get to that absolute no, this is no longer who I am, this is no longer a part of my life, then you'll be able to move into and receive what they're guiding you to, and that awakening with that 11 card showing up. As soon as I pick up the tarot, we have the Fool. They definitely want you to look at what's working. And also, one of the things I've been getting the most is it's not so much what you're doing, it is about your approach or how you feel about what you're doing. So if you are, you say, like, I love doing tarot, but if I'm, more focused on likes and subscribes and all of that stuff, then it really changes the dynamic for me. So they're saying, tap into what makes you want to show up. Tap into the thing that you would do, especially when you're re-strategizing, whether people show up or not. This is why that passion will fuel and it will attract the clients and the customers. I know it sounds like BS, and I know it sounds like I should just go ahead and keep trying harder, because I struggle myself with not continuously trying instead of just saying, look, you guys are giving me the answer. I've asked this question, done this reading 5 times this week, and the answer's been the same until I change. That's your cue also. If it's not changing, it's because they've given you the answer. Now it's your job to act on that information, okay? But they want you to approach this with that innocence, that beginner's mind. Let go of the bad investment. Let go of even the financial challenges or the things that you've had to overcome. Okay, let go of that armor that you've had to build up, because even though it does represent those boundaries, you can softly represent those boundaries without having this cold exterior. Because I know, especially it being a Cancer Sun Moon, I'm not a cold person. That would be completely not me to be a dick. It just would be. Unless I'm upset about something. If I'm just now a bitter person, that's going to really be obvious to me, and that's going to be my cue to change things. So try to look at things from a beginner's mind, okay? And let's see what the focus is going to be in this coming week. As you open up to what you're receiving, be in tune so that you can receive the guidance with that paying attention. Lean into your boundaries softly and be willing to say goodbye. And did I not tell you that I think I got the Tower in my own personal reading? Something unexpected is coming through, and I believe it's coming through right on the heels of this retrograde. It might start showing up, but it's going to be a massive dramatic shift, okay? Especially showing up with the Knight of Swords. I think I got this one too in my reading. Something is shifting. First of all, they're saying, you know, something has to change. You're aware of it. You feel it. You're living it if you're feeling this financial challenge or this loss or this lack or this needing to say goodbye. Okay? You know. I'm sick of sitting around waiting to hear back from this person. I'm sick of them saying they're going to show up and they don't. I'm sick of them, treating me like shit when we are together, or acting like I don't exist, or being in everybody else's grill but mine. You know something has to change. And they're saying something is coming in quickly. It might be a dramatic shift in perspective, because that was some of the things that I got for myself. But something is going to shift here. It might even just be you wake up one day and say, I cannot do it anymore. And that would be your dramatic shift. And it is going to cause an upheaval, because the people who have gotten comfortable with you doing this, and this are going to be like, whoa, you've changed. You're a dick now. No, I'm not allowing you to take advantage of me anymore, and I know what I want and I know what I need, and this ain't it. Okay, but they know this also represents whether you change it or not, it's changing. Okay, so just be prepared and lean into what is happening, because it is going to happen quickly. Okay, let's see what challenge is going to come through. I would be blown away if it was something like the Ten of Swords, because again, letting things end is one of the rougher things to do as a Cancer, because we invest our entire being into relationships. We invest our entire being into the things that we're doing, and so letting that go feels like we're letting a part of ourselves go. But they're telling you to do that. Be willing to, because the person that's on the other side of this disappointment, this colder exterior that you've had to build up, maybe even a little bit bitter, maybe a little bit fuck the world type shit, this exterior that you're building up is not you. And that's why you're so uncomfortable. Okay, so the challenge, look at that. We have that inner struggle showing up with the Two of Cups. Now, if it's that love situation, is because you really feel like this is your person. You really feel like this is your, I don't want to say twin, because I understand the twin flame dynamic, and that doesn't mean you belong together. It just means that's the person that reflects back to you in a way that makes you change your life because you want to, and it feels like them, it's about them, but it's not. Okay? But they're saying that this also represents you and your higher self being in balance, okay? And you're in this struggle between who you've become and who you've been. And also when that past shows up, they're saying this could be a challenge for you this week, okay? So be very gentle with yourself. And like I said, if you don't see that way out, it's coming anyway. And that's not to scare you. That's to give you hope, to be honest, because sometimes when you're running in place, that's the most miserable thing. You're like, something, please change. And I can't see it, or I don't really know what to do to change. They're saying that inner struggle, there's going to be some type of shift in perspective. Did I not say this was going to show up as a challenge? Letting this cycle be over. Looking at the new horizon, because it's painful. It has been painful. That's what's causing the inner struggle between you and you. You can feel the shift, because again, energetically, you maybe want it so bad, but who you've been is still kind of active. And so sometimes, especially if you have evolved past it, when you allow yourself to go back into that struggle, you can really be hard on yourself, especially Cancers. You can take it on as, this is who I am. This is when you most want to listen to that communication and that intuition. And you want to cling to those boundaries that you've set. Set those within yourself. Say no to what has been before, but you've got to find a place of trust and faith in order to truly be able to do that, or else it's just lip service. And the universe is listening to what you mean, not what you say. Okay? And if what you say makes you feel like shit, they're listening to what you mean. So you feel like you're exuding that shit vibe. They're saying, no, you have to work to find some type of alignment with yourself, because that inner struggle is tearing you apart, and it's making you not allow these cycles that are closed to actually close. Okay, but let's get some advice here, okay? All is not lost, my beautiful Cancer. This is the process of awakening. It's ebb and flow. You are going to, especially as you move beyond this stuff that you've allowed to be, it's going to come up. It's going to come up right in the face, so that you can say, no, this is not it anymore, period. And I don't care if I have to be alone right now. I don't care if I have to struggle a little bit. I don't care if I have to try to figure it out. This is not it. And I cannot waste any more time doing this, okay? So be gentle with yourself, most importantly. I think the last readings that we got were all about, during the retrograde, nurturing yourself, giving Cancer what Cancer needs, that quiet time, speaking kind words to yourself. All of that stuff was what they were saying is going to help you with this internal struggle that shows up, okay? But the retrograde should be over soon. We're coming into August already. Can you believe it? Coming into August already. I think it's over around the 11th or 12th. There's going to be a little bit of shadow after that, but you're going to see amazing movement for that very reason, Cancer, okay? So I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting with you. Let's go. Because like I always say, what you have already overcome, anything else ain't shit, period. I know, at least in my life, what you got type shit, okay? So let's see what the advice is going to be for Spirit, and then I'm going to get you guys a angel number so that you guys can see that the universe is with you. When you see this number, it's just a gentle reminder. And a lot of the times, man, even when you're in that shadow work, especially the devil. I was literally talking about shadow work. They're saying release yourself from these things that you feel bound to. And it does feel like thoughts. But with this relationship right here, especially with the King of Wands, they want you to reclaim your power in this relationship and realize that if it doesn't feel the way I need it to feel, I've got to break those ties. You don't have to do anything, Cancer, but I got to tell you, we do make it a little rougher on ourselves than we have to, because we feel like, oh, it has to be this thing. Oh, how am I going to move on from this thing? Oh, you were the only one for me. Yes, but remember, that's habit. You can definitely break a habit by slowly saying, is that still true for me? Because if I'm crying about you every single day, fuck that. If I feel like a loser because I'm going through some financial challenges making me forget that I'm connected to the universal mind and the universal supply, it's time to reevaluate that. It's time to face the fears that do show up, because that would definitely represent the devil energy and the Mercury retrograde. But reclaim your power, because once you say goodbye to whatever it is that's holding you back, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And again, if you feel like you can't say goodbye, something's going to come in to help you with that, okay? Because the Tower energy is, you're running in circles, and Spirit is finally like, boop. That's what the crown represents, and the lightning, a sudden shock. It could even just be a revelation or a breakthrough, but all of it causes upheaval because you're no longer in that groove anymore. And this is what you want, especially if you are experiencing that push and pull between yourself. And this resonates so much for me, because I think I told you guys in the last reading that as soon as retrograde started, it was just like I was sparring with the energy. That's why I was just like, let me just get my shit together, because I know this is BS. This is all stuff meant to come up so that I can face it. And now that I'm not afraid to do that, I can face it and get the breakthroughs, okay? But right now, this is all about you reclaiming your power by integrating those new boundaries, tapping into the information you are receiving, okay? Because you do know what needs to change. First of all, stop telling yourself you don't, because it's BS. Okay, bless everybody's heart. But it's BS. You know, because it's on your mind endlessly. That's what's causing this separation here between you and you. Okay, because this could also be, like I said, about that partnership that you really need to evaluate and say goodbye to, because it's draining or it's causing you to think you're something about yourself that isn't true. It's bringing up for sure those deep subconscious fears about abandonment and things like that. If that is making you feel that way, it's time to say goodbye. And I ain't never lied, okay? And that is going to be the hardest part if you've been in an internal struggle about this. But this time is about you reclaiming your power, and that would be why when the past does show up, leaning into your boundaries is going to be the thing that makes the biggest impact and gives you the biggest breakthrough, for sure. So I am going to pull one more card here because I don't like leaving you guys on the devil. Which, again, I also like the devil because if you're really being honest with yourself and you trust what the cards are telling you, that's letting you know that something's off. You're still bound to some type of thought, or you're still bound to some type of fear, or you're still bound to some type of addiction. Could be a person, could be a substance, could be a whatever, but you're still bound to that thing. As soon as you can get aware of that, then you can start making the change. Otherwise, you're just in this spiral of thinking that this is what my life is. And you want to be aware, which is why I like the Tower and I like the devil. I'm not afraid of those energies. I want spirit to show me so that I don't keep doing this, especially if it's sabotaging me. Okay? So reclaim that power with that King of Wands. Let's get one more for the advice, and then I'll get you guys an angel number, and I'll send you on your beautiful way. And again, if these are helping you, please do subscribe, please do share. And like I said, I will be integrating a live Q&A here as soon as I can get my schedule together. Whoa. And then you guys will definitely want to subscribe for that, because I would love to help you guys in any way that I can. Yeah. I love that so much. Right now, it is going to be about you seeking some type of emotional balance, okay? Definitely also represents that integration that we were talking about here with those boundaries. Okay, so it is definitely going to be a time for you to look into trying to say goodbye to these things, trying to let these thoughts end, trying to let the energy of bad investment, because like I said, this could be about money, but it feels like the things you've been investing in that are not working. It's time for you to let that stuff die with the coffin and look at a new strategy, okay? And it's also time to let this situation die as well, because we definitely it's time to say goodbye. Okay, if it is making you feel like shit, especially if it's another person, it doesn't have to be. There's a lot of other people out there, and there's people, once you make space for it. Oh, that's another thing they wanted me to tell you guys. That's what this is all about. You're making space for the stuff that's showing up after the retrograde. So it is worth it to work to integrate these boundaries. But the people and the person who will love you the way that you deserve to be loved, the person that you don't have to doubt loves you because they're not responding to you or they're not emotionally available, they are waiting to come in when you say goodbye to the things that are not for you anymore, okay? You have the power to release yourself. That's the other advice they want to give with this, and the balance and the Temperance card showing up. You have the power to release yourself from these boundaries, from these binds, by just saying goodbye and the absolute no. Okay, and we do have that showing up, of course. I mean, duh. With the Knight of Wands, we're a little exhausted here. No shit. But it is worth it, okay? Because what's coming through, Cancer, is not only much bigger than you might be able to see right now, especially if you're stuck in some type of loop or cycle or feedback loop in your head about something, but they want you to know that some type of huge breakthrough is coming through for you, and it's going to change not only the way you see yourself, but the way you see the world and the way that you see relationships, finances, and your business and your career, okay? So hang in there, because even though this represents being exhausted, it definitely represents keep going. perseverance, because you're almost there. Okay, though it's almost over. And again, it's really up to you by just saying no more. What do I deserve? What do I want? How does it have to feel? And I won't put up with any less than that, and I'm okay with being alone or having a little less than I like. You have to be okay with it. You have to find a place of acceptance, quite honestly. And once you do that, it really opens up for you, and very fast. And now you're back in your power. So you're now attracting from a powerful place instead of a stuck place, a fearful place, a damn separation place in a loop that just won't stop. And now you're receiving the clarity and the breakthroughs, and you're integrating those boundaries. And you're now not trying to do anything. You're now just doing this thing. You're now the person that does this instead. Okay, so just embrace that, Cancer, okay? Because you're well on your way, and things are turning in our favor no matter what it looks like, okay? No matter what it looks like, please do try to accept that. Please do try to lean more into that than what we see, okay? Because what's going on this very moment is a result of energy we've already flowed. So if you can change what you're exuding right now, what comes is different, okay? It is totally up to you. And the things that show up are there just to let you know where you're at with it. So be appreciative of what shows up, even if it's fucked up. But oh man, I must still be there about the situation. Let me work on letting that go. Because it's not about being afraid, and it's being emotionally detached so that you can logically look at this and say, nope, no more. So let me get you guys an angel number, but when I did stop, we do have alignment, and that would also represent this energy here, that 2 energy, okay? So they definitely want you to just look at right now, getting back in alignment with yourself, and stop that inner struggle between that, like that he loves me, he loves you not energy, where you're struggling with yourself, the I can do it and I'm a loser. So you have to somehow find a way to move towards yourself again, if that makes sense. So when you see 2s, obviously that's going to be a kiss from the universe, just to let you know that, to just do a quick check-in. Am I aligned with my purpose? Is what I'm thinking, doing, and saying in alignment with what I know to be true? Okay, so this is going to be the angel number for the next week, though, and then we're going to see what they want you to be aware of. Whoa, when you see this number, dude. Only because we had 11. Didn't I say 11 represented awakening? Cancer, it's something big is coming to a head right now, but there is this sludge that needs to be cleaned out. Like I said, the cycles are closed, but the issue is that we now have sort of the remnants of the death. So we just have to kind of clean out those corners, take a little broom, get those cobwebs, get the vacuum, get the dust buster, get all that shit out so that we can make the space for what is truly ours. And if you are still kind of feeling like you're stuck in that and you don't feel this awakening energy, it's because there is some things here, right on down from your finances to your romance. Something needs to go. Okay, whatever you're investing your time in financially, or what you're investing your time in business-wise, or you feel like you're running on a hamster wheel, that's going to be the first place to start. And if it's a relationship that's draining you or making you feel like anything less than the king or the queen that you are, the god or the goddess that you are, it's got to go. And it doesn't even have to be a love relationship, because on top of that awakening, we have infinity. We're infinite. Okay, awaken to that infinite you. That's what, when you see this 11, or you see 1s of any kind, because they're all about new beginnings, and 11s are the portal. So when you see that, just know that it's an ask for you to check in with yourself, and are you in alignment with your infinite self? Because they definitely want you to know that you are beyond infinite. And if you trust that you're connected to the universal mind and supply, you will start walking like that in your daily life. And you will stop putting up with stuff that's no longer you. And the goodbyes will flow out of your mouth so fast that you'll laugh at the fact that it's even trying to show up again. Like, really? I don't think so. So, I hope something resonated, Cancer. I really am so excited that I get to connect with you guys here. Please do subscribe. Please do like. And like I said, I'm going to be doing like a live Q&A here. And as soon as I get that date, I will just jump on and let you guys know. That's why it's a good idea to hit that subscribe button. So thanks again. I am Mika, the Traveling Tarot. I love you guys. Take care of each other, okay? Peace.